Welcome back to the Guitar Temple, where the musician comes to mingle. Glad you're here as always. Remember, this coming Sunday at 7. Sunday at 7 live, with just you and I. A meet and greet, if you will. We're going live, just to shoot the breeze with you. I'll see you then. Right now, Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Name the band. Correct, Bad Company. Right now, let's take a look at the great, iconic band, Bad Company. Bad Company. Bad Company was formed in Westminster, London, England, consisting of 4 seasoned musicians, 2 former musicians of the band Free, singer Paul Rodgers, and drummer Simon Kirke, former Mott the Hoople guitarist Mick Ralphs, and ex-King Crimson drummer Boz Burrell. The band signed to Swan Song Records, Atlantic Records in North America, and also with Island Records in other countries. Contrary to speculation, the singer Paul Rodgers named the band after the Jeff Bridges film Bad Company. Rodgers stated that the idea of the name came from a book of Victorian morals that showed a picture of an innocent child looking up at an unsavory character. The caption read, "Beware of Bad Company." The band's 1974 debut album, Bad Company, reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 3 in the UK album charts, spending 25 weeks in the UK charts. That album had been certified 5 times platinum in the United States and became the 46th best-selling album of 1970. The single Can't Get Enough and Moving On reached number 5 and number 19 in the Billboard Chart 100. In 1975, the second album, Straight Shooter, reached number 3 in both the UK and the United States, and also went platinum in the United States, which contained 2 mega hits, Good Lovin' Gone Bad, as well as Feel Like Making Love. Their third album, Run With the Pack, was released in 1976 and reached number 4 in the UK and number 5 in the United States. Bad Company scheduled a British tour with the band of former Free members Paul Kossoff, Backstreet Crawler, to support the album. The double headline tour was scheduled to commence in April of 1976, but was halted due to Coffer's death on March 19, 1976. In 1977, Burning Skies was released, which fared the poorest out of their first 4 albums. I loved that album. Desolation Angel also embellished the group's sound with synthesizers and strings. It had 2 charting singles, Rock and Roll Fantasy and Gone, Gone, Gone. By the end of 1970, however, the band grew disenchanted with playing large stadiums. In addition, Peter Grant, the manager of Led Zeppelin, lost interest in the group and management in general after Led Zeppelin's drummer John Bonham died in 1980. In the words of Simon Kirke, Peter was definitely the glue which held us together, because in his absence we came apart. A 3-year hiatus from the studio ended with the release of Rough Diamonds in 1982. This would be the 6th and final LP in the group's original incarnation, until the 4 new songs were released in 1988. The album was the worst-selling Bad Company album of those featuring Paul Rodgers as the frontman. After the release of Rough Diamonds, Bad Company disbanded. Mick Ralphs said, "Paul wanted a break, and truthfully, we all needed to stop. Bad Company had become bigger than all of us, and to continue would have destroyed something very special. From a business standpoint, it was the very wrong thing to do. But Paul's instinct was absolutely right." The album Live in Albuquerque in 1976 was released, compiled from recordings made by Mick Ralphs, who always taped the group's shows during the Rodgers era. Their label, Atlantic Records, insisted they resume the Bad Company name. Unfortunately, Paul Rodgers was already engaged with a new supergroup called The Firm. With Paul Rodgers gone, the remaining 2 members and teamed up with ex-Ted Nugent lead singer Brian Howe. The band toured with several acts, including Lynyrd Skynyrd. Howe left the band in 1994. Regarding his departure from the band, Howe stated, "Leaving Bad Company was not a difficult decision at all. It got to the point where nobody was contributing to songwriting, and quite frankly, the band was getting very, very sloppy live."
You've got me reeling, don't prove me wrong.
The return of Paul Rodgers. In November 1998, Rodgers and Kirke were discussing the release of an extensive compilation album with a biography and picture. Rodgers decided that the album should include 4 new songs. He finally returned with the other 3 original band members in the studio to record the 4 tracks. The reunion was short-lived, but it produced a top 20 hit. With David Lee Roth as the opening act, the reunited original foursome went out in the spring of 1999 for a 32-date reunion tour in Clearwater, Florida, and ended in August at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles, California. The show drew very well, but after that Ralph's announcement he was retiring from live performance, and Burrell left the band, ending the reunion tour. The Greek Theater concert turned out to be the very last concert of the original 4 band members. Boz Burrell died of a heart attack in 2006, age 60, in his home in Spain. In March 2016, the group announced a United States tour with Joe Walsh. Former lead singer Brian Howe died in 2020, age 66. In 2025, Bad Company was selected for introduction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they certainly do deserve to be there. And there you have it, the great band, Bad Company. Did you see Paul Rodgers with the band Free? If so, we'd love to hear it. Write into the comments below. So thank you for joining me here. Don't forget we have hats, t-shirts, and mugs, and we do have a tip jar if you feel led to do so, and we thank you in advance. Buy us a cup of coffee and help the Guitar Temple go further in the future. Thanks again, and allow me to play you out.